Hello everyone. In this video, we'll see how to integrate your Zoho Books and Zoho Projects organizations. With this integration, you can create and send transactions from Zoho Books for the projects that you have created in Zoho Projects, fetch the timesheets and contacts from Zoho Projects, and also the tasks, users, and bugs that are associated with those projects. First, let's see how to set up this integration. Go to Settings and click Integrations. Click Zoho Apps. Then click Connect against Zoho Projects. Then click Connect again. In the pop-up window, enter the email address and ZSE key. A ZSE key or Zoho Service Communication Key is unique to each user for a Zoho product and can be used to access your data in that product from other Zoho products. To get the Zoho Projects ZSE key, log into Zoho Projects, then click Setup. Under the Integration section, click Developer Space. Then click ZSE key. Copy the ZSE key and paste it in Zoho Books. Note: the user with which this integration is set up should be an admin in both Zoho Books and Zoho Projects. Click Next. Then select your Zoho Projects portal from the drop-down. Next, select the modules to be synced. The option to sync projects will be selected by default. This means that the projects that you have created for primary clients in Zoho Projects will be fetched into Zoho Books along with the tasks and bugs associated with them. Then, if you wish to bring in all the approved and billable time entries from Zoho Projects into Zoho Books, check this box. As and when time is logged in Zoho Projects, these time entries will be fetched into Zoho Books, and all the users associated with these time entries will be fetched as well. If these Zoho Project users are not part of your Zoho Books organization, then they will be added as inactive users. Next, you can either import all the time entries in the unbilled status, or you can set a date here and the time entries before that date will be of the status invoiced. Only the time entries after this date will be in the unbilled status. Then, you can choose what to do with your duplicate contacts. Then click Sync Now. You have successfully integrated your Zoho Books and Zoho Projects organizations. Now, there will be a Finance tab in Zoho Projects. Here, you can create invoices, estimates, and expenses for the projects, and these transactions will be fetched into Zoho Books. Now, let's see how the integration works. Log into Zoho Projects. First, let's see how to create a primary client. The company or organization for whom a project is done is called a client company in Zoho Projects. So, you need to create the client company first and then mark that client company as the primary client in your project. Let's see how to do that. Click the setup icon on the top right corner of the page. Under Manage Users, click Client Users. Click the drop-down arrow next to Add Client User on the top right corner and select Add Client Company. Enter the company name. If you wish to invoice your clients for the projects you created for them, then you have to mark the box Make as Primary Client. Select the projects that you created for this client. You can add the other details if you wish. Then click Add. You have successfully created a client company, associated it with a project, and marked it as the primary client. Alternately, you can also add the primary client from the project. Go to the Projects tab on the top left corner. Select the project. Click Finance from the left menu. If you have not recorded any transactions yet, you'll see the option to add a primary client here. Click that. Now, if you have already created the client company, then you can select it from the drop-down menu. If not, click Add New Client Company. Give the client company name and click Add as Primary Client. That's it, you've added a primary client to your project. Now, if you click the three dots button on the left menu, you will find the Users module. Click that and go to the Client Users tab. Then click the drop down arrow next to the Add Client User button and click on Add Client Company. You can add a primary client from here as well. So these are the three methods in which you can add a primary client to your projects. Now return to the Projects tab and select a project for which you have associated a primary client. As mentioned earlier, there is a Finance tab. Here you can create invoices, estimates and expenses, and these will be fetched into Zoho Books after the sync. Now let's create a transaction here. Go to the Invoices tab and click Create Invoice. Choose the date till which you wish to charge your customer. Then choose how you wish to sort time entries on the invoice and what needs to be displayed under the item name and item description fields. If you have any unbilled expenses for this customer and you wish to include them all in this invoice, check this box and then click Save. All the details will be automatically filled in the invoice creation page. You can then save it. This invoice will be in the draft status and it will be fetched into Zoho Books, where you can verify it and send it to your customers. Now log into Zoho Books and click Time Tracking. This is the project created for the primary client in Zoho Projects. As you can see, the tasks and timesheets created for this project have been fetched into Zoho Books along with the invoice that we created. You can verify this invoice and send it to your customers from here. Not only that, you can also create these sales and purchase transactions, thereby associating it with this project automatically. However, only the invoices, estimates and expenses that you create in Zoho Books will be fetched into the Finance tab in Zoho Projects. Now let's create a transaction here. Click Create Expense. Fill in all the necessary details. Here, as you can see, the customer and the project is associated automatically and the billable option is checked. If you do not wish to be reimbursed by your customer for this expense, you can uncheck this box. Then save it. This expense will be synced with Zoho Projects immediately. The automatic sync happens every 1 hour. In case you wish to sync any data immediately, you can go for the Instant Sync option. You can even edit the sync and disable it anytime. The Show Sync History option lists the records that were synced, and the View Error Summary option lists the errors during the sync, if any, with the reason. So far, we saw the benefits of the Zoho Books Zoho Projects integration, how to set it up, and how it works. If you have any queries, you can write to us at support@zohobooks.com. Thank you.